The following program is made possible by Wells Fargo. Wells Fargo, the next stage.
Young men and women go to war, and some lose a leg or an arm or more, but they are still young men and women, and they want to have a life that is full of vigor and meaning. We're going to talk about a video that captures that spirit. The game is sports. The game is on. Amazing. On Super Bowl weekend, a remarkable event took place at the College of San Mateo. The Wounded Warrior Amputee football team played a group of NFL alumni, and we're lucky to be able to relive the event with that very special video. Joining us are two people involved in the event and the video. Greg St. Clair, producer of the video, and not incidentally, the son of late 49er Hall of Famer Bob St. Clair, and Rick Bonilla from the San Mateo City Council. Gentlemen, welcome. Thank you for bringing this video to us. Tell us a little bit first about the Wounded Warrior Amputee football team. Greg, how old is it? How did it get started? What is its role?
The Wounded Warriors football team started in 2011, and it was set up for returning vets from the three different wars to be able to come together and do a sports. And one of the co-founders is Chris Visser. His sister was on CBS Sports. And
Leslie Visser, sure.
Leslie Visser. So they wanted to have something that would highlight it, and they got some sponsors, Humana, Prevention Suicide for the military, and people to come together. And they started off with this little game in 2012 to get some of the NFL alumni to show up, and they did. But it's always been a quieter side note, like they do Football City, somewhere they have something. But here in San Mateo, it exploded.
Yeah, well, there was a chance to do it in association with the Super Bowl. It's the Saturday before the Super Bowl, Rick. And tell us how it came to be in San Mateo and at the College of San Mateo.
Well, we were one of the Super Bowl super cities. And we were looking for every opportunity to be able to take part. San Mateo being, the central city on the peninsula between San Jose or Silicon Valley, San Francisco. Everybody has to pass through. But we thought that having this great event up at our beautiful college with the best view in the world would be just a great way to highlight the city of San Mateo, and it was.
Tell us a little bit. You were both at the event. We've got the video that gives us an idea what the game was like. What was it like to be there? Start with you, Rick.
It was fascinating to see this group of wounded warriors who had been through who knows what difficult times, to be there, and even with their difficulties, to have such a positive can-do attitude. These guys were out there on the field just going for it no matter what, right? Against a group of very capable young athletes. Well, maybe a little older, some of them. But and then there was a little entertainment factor. Snoop Dogg was there, and so it was just...
Greg, what was Snoop Dogg doing there?
Snoop Dogg's a huge supporter of this. Snoop Dogg wants to be there every year. Anytime you ask him, he jumps up and says, "Count me in."
Yeah. Did you have a chance to talk to some of the Wounded Warriors? I mean, you look at the video and you see remarkable amputees. What's happened to prosthetic devices in the last 10 years is almost miraculous in terms of what they can do and what these guys can do. So what was your sense of the spirit these guys have, and what has this taken from them to overcome some of the obstacles they faced?
we had the opportunity for going up to Super Bowl City and hang out in the press area and talk to a few of the guys for days. So we got to know them on a one-on-one and got to know their outside lives. There's guys that were just regular Joes, had stuff, and the adversity made them come forward to be great. And other guys worked for CBS Sports for years and had these issues happen, and they just shine. And now that you've got to see them and got to see what they can do, this gives them a purpose where they do football, softball, and they travel around, and it's really making them have a really great outlook.
We are going to, from time to time, post the website address for Wounded Warrior Amputee football team in case people want to learn more about the organization or they want to make contributions to it. You were at the event. There was a big crowd, I think. There was like 10,000 people there, I heard, something like that. It was a big turnout, right, Rick?
It was a good crowd. It was a beautiful day. The weather could not have been better. The view, well, like I said, was spectacular. Very well attended. Lots of other displays and things going on at the end zones. The field was shrunk up a little bit. They didn't need to use a whole football field, which made it a much more intimate event. Everybody had a good view, and I was fortunate to be on the field with a midpoint view of the whole thing, and it was just a great time had by all. You could tell the guys out there on the field playing were just having the best time in the world.
Well, let's talk about the game, because it wasn't, I know it was flag football, but it wasn't, let's show up and pretend we're playing. I mean, they were really competing, weren't they, Greg?
These guys don't want to be looked on as like, okay, you can just knock us over. They want to say, hey, give us your best shot and we're going to roll through it. What they've been through before, this is nothing to them. And the NFL guys get a huge kick because they sit there and look at these guys and go, compared to what they've been through, wow. These guys are superstars.
Tell us a little bit about the NFL. Who are some of the NFL alumni who were at the game?
Oh, you had some of the biggest guys. You had Bill Ring show up. You had Rocky Bleier from Pittsburgh show up. Rocky Bleier, we don't really know. Oh, he's a super legend. You had just one big star from almost every team come in and want to be supportive of this. So it made it worthwhile. Guys you didn't even know, if you look up their name, they stayed in the NFL for 12, 13 years. Twin brothers, the Gleasons, they were just phenomenal good guys.
Anybody you meet, Rick, that's stuck out for you from the NFL or from the Amputee?
I think I spent most of my time hanging around on the other side of the field. Lots of other politicians and talking with the public and stuff, so I didn't really get to talk with many of the football guys. Do
you know anything? The clip we showed a double amputee making a tackle in the middle of the game. Do you know anything about that guy?
Yeah, he works for the sports. After he got out of out of Iraq, and he went to work for ESPN and CBS Sports, and that's where his whole connection is.
Wow.
And he is just a go-getter kind of guy. He's out there, hey, look at, I was standing on the field talking to a guy from Green Bay, big guy, and he come up and he whacked me in the leg. And I looked down, I go, what? He's going, get out here, I need to speak with you. And hey, what's up?
Okay, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back with our guests. Stick around.
Waited far too long, far too long. Been greeted by a bright eyes. It's a force of nature so strong.
It's been over 150 years since Wells Fargo first opened for business. Since then, we've enjoyed your community support, and we're passionate about returning it. Every day, Wells Fargo team members roll up their sleeves and donate their time to organizations and charitable groups throughout the Bay Area. Nationally, we've committed even more. In just the past 2 years alone, we've donated over $70 million to support schools and educational programs. It's a commitment we're proud of. Wells Fargo, the next stage.
And today we got the mayor with us of San Mateo.
We're so proud to have this event in San Mateo. We love our veterans. We've had a 50-year relationship with them, and the weather cooperated. We had a beautiful day.
So we're going to have a ball signed by all the vets, and here it is. and we're going to put it on display in the City Hall. So you can come by and take a look at it if you'd like. And we even got some special names like Snoop Dogg on it. So thank you, everyone, and thank the Wounded Warrior Program.
That was Greg St. Clair, one of our guests here today, and Joe Gothel's the mayor of San Mateo, but we're here with the vice mayor, right? No,
well,
just
not the
just
vice
a
mayor.
humble council member, Rick Bonilla, and we're talking about the video that was made of the Wounded Warrior Amputee football team NFL alumni game that was played Super Bowl weekend up at College of San Mateo. Greg, talk a little bit about the video. All of us here on the crew have seen it. You've seen it. It's spectacular. I mean, first of all, the setting, it's hard to beat, and it was, I guess, one of those classic Bay Area days where you can see for miles. But between the drone video and the stirring video of the players, I mean, it's really a very special video, which is why we wanted to do a show on it. Talk to us a little bit about how the video came to be.
The video came to be because of the video drone operator, Douglas Strawn. He does work for me in my real estate business, and he does such great work on Discovery and Shark Week. So we were going to have it, and I am a commissioner for the city of San Mateo, so I went up and I'm trying to get involved with it all, and I know the players, and I played 1 year at CSM, so I know the field, and I talked to the Wounded Warrior guys about they're going to love it. So with everything coming to play, I felt so connected. And I lost my father a year ago, and he was a huge supporter of vets and injuries, and we would go back and see him in all the hospitals all the time. So I, missing my father, wanted to say, let's do something to support our city, San Mateo, our players, the Wounded Warriors, and make it spectacular. And when we mixed it all together, it came out super.
Yeah. Who else was involved in producing the video? You mentioned the drone operator.
And Sean is our editor. And Sean, and between Sean and Douglas and myself, we snipped, clipped, added, but Sean's magic. He's magical. He puts together, and then we sit around and they put in the music and change this, change that. We added different items. I wanted to make sure that we showed pictures at the end of all the people and cheering for the guys, and as soon as I would say it, he would do it.
Yeah. It's not a bad showcase for San Mateo, is it?
No, it's a great thing. Yeah. When I first saw it, Greg says, you got to see this, and he sent me the video, and I was so impressed. I mean, it really it highlights San Mateo and some of the greatest assets, I mean, our natural beauty, you know. I mean, the settings we have in the hills, the views, and the people of San Mateo who really came together for this. Okay, the people are what make it.
So we're going to show another quick clip. How about we show that right now, Garrett? You know, it looks like it's not just fun, but an important event, Rick.
I think it is, because it's a chance for these players now who have been through some great difficult times in life. Here they are showing that they're not only confident, but they're capable, and they're gonna, you know, they're putting their best in, and it's darn good. Mm-hmm. You know, these guys really have what it takes, and I think they're not limited at all, really, by their difficulties. They have found ways to overcome.
Yeah. What was your sense of some of the folks that you talked to, their sense of their spirit? I mean, let me ask a better question. What was it like on a personal level, sort of an emotional level, for you to be there, to see this happening?
Well, you know, I've seen a lot of people that I grew up with come back from Vietnam, and people that I've known come back from the Gulf Wars at different times. And you know, some people have a great difficulty kind of recovering from that, and other people go on and you know, continue to do great things in their life. And I believe anybody can, but they just have to find a way, something that they can focus on that's going to help them come out, do it, be confident, and move forward. And this positive kind of thing is what I think really gives people an opportunity. I felt touched by some of the, you know, just the actions that I saw, the people that I talked with who are like, yeah, this is going to be great. We're gonna do this, and it's good. You know, look at all the people here. It's a great day. So it was a wonderful thing.
And they were playing at full speed. You watch the video, and you see the NFL players, like there's a couple of guys playing quarterback who clearly know what they're doing. There was one play that we didn't show a clip of, but throws the ball almost the whole length of the field, and somebody runs under it and catches it, which is always, given my athletic ability, always sort of miraculous to me anyway. But the NFL players, they're not as serious as they would be if they were playing in their profession, but they're not kidding around either, are they, Greg?
No, some of them at first go out there thinking they could hold up on them.
Yeah.
And then they realize when the guys tell them, you hold up on us and you're not helping us. Yeah. Give us your shot. And they go, okay. You see them ducking around people. You see them playing tough. I mean, I even myself, being so involved, as you're aware of, that when you get involved in stuff, you got 100 things going on in your mind. But when we got done, it was emotional. And then when I watched the video, I even teared up.
Yeah, yeah. You'd like for more people to see this video. So one of the things I want to do is put a pitch in while we're here. It's available for public showings at service club meetings, anywhere you want to take it. What's the best way for people to get in touch with you so they can?
They can go on and look at the video on YouTube or get a hold of me. I'm easily. Just pull me up on LinkedIn or anywhere.
We're going to post it on the Penn TV website, penntv.tv, and maybe Bridget, our Chief Executive Officer here, will allow us also to post a link for people to get in touch with you if they want to get the video, if they want to. They can download it anytime. I mean, it's available to them. But also, if they want to have you guys come and talk to a service club, something like that, maybe you bring somebody from the Wounded Warriors. And
would love that. Would love to tell stories and promote it. My father was such a big promoter of the military and the guys. He thought the world of them.
Yeah. We're going to take another quick break. You guys stick around and you do the same. We'll be right back.
It's been over 150 years since Wells Fargo first opened for business. Since then, we've enjoyed your community support, and we're passionate about returning it. Every day, Wells Fargo team members roll up their sleeves and donate their time to organizations and charitable groups throughout the Bay Area. Nationally, we've committed even more. In just the past 2 years alone, we've donated over $70 million to support schools and educational programs. It's a commitment we're proud of. Wells Fargo, the next stage.
That was who threw that pass?
That's Gleason. Him and his twin brother played on the team.
Okay, because I noticed there were two quarterbacks that looked the same, but they aren't quite the same.
No.
And so it turns out they're twins. Mm-hmm. Okay, that's the pass I was referring to. Threw it almost the length of the field.
Oh, easily. He was in the NFL for 11 years.
And he's a good example of what we were talking about before. He's taking this seriously. He's not standing back there and letting some guy yank his flag off. He's bobbing and weaving and moving around.
Good guys.
What's next, do you think, for the Wounded Warrior amputee football team? Are they going to? You think they're going to get bigger? Is there something people can do? As I said before, we're going to post their website. I assume you'd like to see them grow and continue to do more things.
It is so spectacular to watch them go, because I've gone to every game they've had at the Super Bowl time, and I run over and see the guys, and they would have in a little field. But after this year up at CSN with its infinity football field and the views and the videos, there's a waiting list for the other guys to get on it now. And they play softball and they play baseball and they go around and do other things in different places.
Talk a little bit about, there's some footage in the video you can see of sort of how they arrived and the escort they got and what it means to be able to give them that kind of treatment.
This is a great thing, you know, and first I want to say that I think that this is a great opportunity for these people who have been through great adversities to highlight their abilities, and it elevates all people who have been through these difficulties and shows them that here are these people with confidence. We can all do great things. And I think that's the most important message there. The escort that the people received was like a hero's arrival. I mean, it was fantastic to see them just being honored for their service, but also for the service they continue to do for all of the people who have disabilities around the world, to watch what these people are able to do and the spirit, the attitude they have. It was a great thing.
Let me add one thing to that. There was 500 vet bikers who showed up to support these guys, and the San Mateo Police Department gave a bike escort in. Todd Medford was doing great, overviewing everything.
He's from the San Mateo PD.
San Mateo PD, and when they got off the bus, these warriors, you can see it in the video, they're walking proud. You're seeing double amputees, you're seeing wheelchair guys walking, just lifted off the air because they're so excited. People are cheering them, and they're the center stage.
We have another clip we're going to show. You want to roll that one now, Garrett?
Good pass rush.
Snoop Dogg congratulating him, huh?
That was him after he scored, saying to Snoop, "Thank you for the block Snoop gave him." You could see it in his face when you look at it. That guy was just so pumped up.
Yeah.
I mean, how often you get that chance to do that?
And sometimes, you're watching the video and you see people moving down the field, and it takes you a second or two, Rick, to realize the guy's got like one arm, or the guy's got prosthetics where his legs should be.
Right.
Being there, is that one of the things that happens after a while? You stop seeing them as disabled and just start seeing them as people.
Exactly. Just watching a game, you're seeing people compete, and you mentioned Snoop Dogg. When he first arrived, there was his celebrity, but when the game started, he was a serious player.
Yeah.
Okay. This guy was doing great stuff. It was really fun. And the people with their prosthetics and so forth, they were just going for it. Didn't matter anymore. Okay. The game was the equalizer.
Yeah. Although I wonder what it was like on the team bus after the game was over. It's always a little bumpy, even among guys who don't have prosthetic devices. We'd be remiss if we didn't take a moment or two to talk about your dad, who did pass within the last year. Beloved figure, huge community figure. I got to ask you a football question. What would he think about the 49ers right now? He would, I would imagine, be a little disappointed at the state of the team.
My father was always a 49er.
Yeah.
He's the only 49er in history to play high school, college, and with the team, the 49ers, in the same stadium and have the field named after him. You don't have a football field named after you unless you support your team. He would support the team in any way that they had or asked.
Mm-hmm.
He would probably think that there's a little disarray, but he would support them always.
So maybe even especially now, he'd be with them. He'd be in their corner now when they really needed him. It sounds like
he went down when every time they asked him to show up, he would show up and he would do their events for them. Yeah. Whether he believed right, wrong, he believed in the team, and he truly believed in the fans.
Yeah. It's the first time I think we've seen the CSM in the city of San Mateo do this kind of an event. Do you think this opens the door to more things like this, Rick?
I've been talking with Michael Clair, the president up at CSM. This guy is infinitely positive. There's a world of possibilities. And certainly we can use that campus for more events because it's such a beautiful campus. And we've made recently so many great improvements up there. We have a fitness center with an aquatic center that's open to the public. Anybody can go there, and it's a beautiful place. Now, it also highlighted the entire city of San Mateo, where we have an excellent quality of life. People love San Mateo just because it's where it is and what it is. Our downtown is a real downtown. Anything you want, you can get in the city of San Mateo, and we're really known for our restaurants. So if you're looking for something to eat, come on by.
Yeah, it was nice. That brief commercial message brought to you courtesy of Penn TV. Let's talk a little bit more about the team. What do you think happens next for them? Do they still play at every Super Bowl? Is that what's going to happen?
They play at every Super Bowl, but now as they are growing, more places and teams want them to play at special events, community events. And it gets the guys to be able to travel around the United States who are on the team and gives them really great things to look forward, but also gets the local guys to see what they're doing, and they want to join in too. So it gets the neighborhood support, and every community that gets involved has to win.
So we could see maybe a Wounded Warriors softball team game up at the College of San Mateo. There's a pretty nice softball field up there. Maybe we can have some more things to come. Rick Bonilla from the San Mateo City Council, Greg St. Clair, producer of this wonderful video and also a realtor. We'll give you a little plug since City of San Mateo got his plug in. Both of you, thank you for being here today. And Greg, thanks so much for this video. As we mentioned, we'll post it on the Penn TV website and we'll make it available. And we'll see if we can't find more ways for people to see this video. Thank you both for being here today. And thank you for being with us. And join us next time on The Game.